Octavia Butler, Wild Seed. Anyanwu tore off her clothes and dived into the sea before her confidence deserted her entirely. There, she transformed herself as quickly as was comfortable. She became the dolphin whose flesh she had eaten. And she was moving through the water alongside the ship, propelling her long, sleek body forward with easy beats of her tail. She was seeing differently, her eyes now on the sides of her head instead of in front. Her head had extended itself into her hard beak. She was breathing differently, or rather, she was not breathing at all until she felt the need and found herself surfacing in a slow forward roll that exposed her blowhole nose briefly and allowed her to expel her breath and take new air into her lungs. She observed herself minutely, so that her dolphin body used the air it breathed much more efficiently than an ordinary human body. The dolphin body knew tricks her own human body had taken time and pain to learn. How to expel and renew a much larger portion of the air in its lungs, which eats breath. How to leach more of the usable portion of that air from the rest, the waste, and use it to fuel the body. Other things. None of it was new to her, but she thought she would have learned it all much sooner and more easily with the help of a bit of a dolphin flesh. Instead, she had had only men who attempted to drown her. She revelled in the strength and speed of her new body, and in its keen hearing. In her human shape, she kept her hearing abnormally keen, kept all her senses keen. But dolphin hearing was superior to anything she had ever created in herself. As a dolphin, she could close her eyes and perceive an only slightly diminished world around her with her ears. She could make sounds, and they would come back to her as echoes bearing with them the story of all that lay before her. She had never imagined such hearing. Finally, she directed her attention from herself to the other dolphins. She had heard them too, chattering not far from her, keeping alongside the ship as she did. Strangely, the chatter sounded more human now, more like speech, like a foreign speech. She swam toward them slowly, uncertainly. How did they greet strangers? How would they greet one small, ignorant female? If they were speaking among themselves somehow, they would think her mute or mad. A dolphin swam to meet her, paralleled her, observing her out of one lively eye. This was a male, she realized, and she watched him with interest. After a moment, he swam closer and rubbed his body against hers. Dolphin skin, she discovered, was pleasantly sensitive. It was not scaly, as was the skin of true fish, which she had never imitated, but whose body she understood. The male brushed her again, chattering in a way she felt was questioning, then swam away. She turned, checking the position of the ship, and saw that by keeping up with the dolphins, she was also keeping up with it. She swam after the male. There were advantages, she thought, to being a female animal. The males of some species fought each other, mindlessly possessive of territory or females. She could remember being bullied as a female animal, being pursued by persistent males, but only in her true woman shape could she remember being seriously hurt by males, men. It was only accident that made her a female dolphin. She had eaten the flesh of a female, but it was a fortunate accident. A very small dolphin, a baby, she assumed, came to make her acquaintance, and she swam slowly, allowing it to investigate her. Eventually, its mother called it away, and she was alone again. Alone, but surrounded by creatures like herself. Creatures she was finding it harder to think of as animals. Swimming with them was like being with another people, a friendly people. No slavers with browns and chains here. No Doro with gentle, terrible threats to her children. To her,